Good morning. We're going to talk about what the gym has taught me. Lessons or things that the gym has given me that have helped me in life. It's 2 a.m. It's like 2:30 in the morning. We're in the sauna again. And right now it's about 180 degrees. So we're going to do our sauna talk right here. All right, so the gym has taught me three core things. To not be a quitter. It's taught me to deal with my anxiety, and it's taught me to persevere. The gym has taught me to not be a quitter. How? Let's go there. It's taught me that, just because if you fail at something or something doesn't work out, that, you don't just fold and don't repeat the activity. You don't just fold and don't go back to that scenario. You don't just fold or quit and not try again. At the gym, I very often in the past, in particular, have failed sets, failed PR attempts, and beat myself up. And I used to really ruin my day, like my entire day. If I had a bad workout at 2 a.m, my whole day was gone. I'd allow it to kind of like sit in me and just like fester, and I'd be disappointed with myself basically all day long. But over the years, I've discovered that, that adversity, that failure is, it's part of life. And you just got to keep going, and you got to deal with it, and you got to come back. And eventually you'll get it. Sometimes you don't get it, and that's okay too. Life's not always about, achieving. And sometimes life's about failing and learning and going on and figuring out what you can do despite not being able to achieve this or do that. And that's okay. I've had many good PRs or best lifts at the gym after failing numerous times. And that's how the gym has taught me not to quit. It showed that you can still get positive results even after you failed things beforehand multiple times. Number two, how to deal with anxiety. So before big lifts or really hard sets, I used to get, and I still get a little bit, but not as much, terrible anxiety, crippling anxiety, in your gut, in your mind, in your heart, where it's like, man, this is gonna be so bad that your body starts to shut down, your mind starts to shut down before you even get to the lift, before you even do anything. And, but by going through with those lifts, despite knowing how shitty you feel in the moment, it showed me over time and with experience and repetition that, life is going to have terrible anxious moments. There's going to be times where you're fight or flight, literally fight or flight, where you're crying because like you're so anxious or you're so like afraid of a moment or a situation. What I've done at the gym is I've gone and done it anyway. I'm thinking in particular, there's been a lot of times here at the gym, don't get me wrong. Like a year and a half ago, I got a 500-pound back squat, and I failed 2 times before, not during the same day, but like across weeks. And every time before that lift, I'd get crippling anxiety. I'd literally go find some place in the gym and just put my head down and just close my eyes like this, fold my arms up and stuff. Because like I was so fight or flight, I was so like, not I want to throw up, but like lightheaded. I was getting myself lightheaded just from the fear of the pain that's going to come and the fear of knowing that I might fail, And so over years, the repetition and going through anxiety across many lifts and sets, it showed me that, despite anxiety in life, despite fight or flight feelings, you still got to move forward and you can still be successful. It showed me that there's positive on the other side of getting through that anxiety. Even if it's, again, there doesn't have to be a tremendous goal there. There doesn't have to be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Sometimes that pot of gold is just getting through that moment. It's not necessarily a reward. It's just, I got through that and I've grown up. So that's how the gym has taught me to deal with anxiety. And lastly, the gym has taught me to deal with adversity and by just continuing to take steps forward. And how so? Well, you know, I've had a lot of injuries at the gym.
Well, the phone overheated. I was holding it literally over the rocks in the sauna, so I couldn't finish this video. And so the last thing I was going to say is that the gym has kind of given me is a better ability to not quit when things are hard or when you don't get your way or something bad happens. You know, I've failed a lot of PRs. I've failed myself a lot of the time at the gym. I've let myself down. I haven't got what I wanted. I wasn't where I wanted to be. You know, I expected more from myself. Things like that. I've been injured. And, you know, when things in life or the gym with weights beat you up and you get stopped and you can't do that weight or you can't do the exercise you want to do because you fucking can't walk right or whatever, you know, you don't just fucking throw a fit, quit, and never come back. You know, you modify, you adjust, that's what you do. You know, you can't let hard times stop you. In most life situations, the gym can teach you and help you practice going ahead despite problems, despite things not being perfect, despite the anxiety, despite wanting to quit, despite being injured, despite people not liking you. Go into tough situations and get through them. You know you got to go through a storm, so fucking walk right into it. You know, don't fucking stand on the outside of the storm going, no, fucking go, get in there, deal with it. You know, that's one thing the gym has taught me. You know, it's taught me not to quit. It's taught me to deal with my anxiety, to keep your feet moving forward, and to not become overcome by adversity. It's helped me a lot, you know, more than physically. The gym has helped me more in my mind and my heart and my spirit than it has physically. I'm just pushing heavy weight. It's great. I look good and I feel strong and I enjoy it. And it makes me feel, you know, physically good, but more than anything, the gym has improved my mind and my heart and really filled my spirit. And I'm happier because of it, and I'm better because of it. And that's the video.